welcome back. As you can tell from the title, this one's kind of an interesting one. So I was a scorekeeper at the Quaker State Open in Grand Prairie, Texas many years ago. All scorekeepers have to go through a short orientation, mostly to make sure you know how to keep score, which back in that time was overhead scoring, where you could write on the glass on the console and it would be displayed on the overhead score where everyone could see it. And we didn't get paid anything, but we got a shirt, a 2-ball bowling bag, admission all week, and we got admission to the finals as well, the televised finals. And one of the instructions was, don't put up with any stuff from the bowlers, because without you there'd be no tournament. Which brings us to, I'm scoring on a console and the bowlers would move pairs of lanes, 2 pairs to the right, so we'd get to interact with many different bowlers through each session. And one whose name you'd recognize today, but I'm not going to say the name because this was probably, oh heavens, 30 years ago. And folks change, things change. So I won't be saying the bowler's name, but one instruction was, if a person starts with a string of 5 or 6 or whatnot, you don't put 30, 60, 90 under the strikes. This way, spectators can scan up and down the overheads and they see no score on the score sheet. On the overhead, they know somebody's got a string working. So this individual comes back, and one rule with the pros is you do not approach the scorekeepers about anything unless there might be a mistake other than that. So this individual started off with 5 or 6, came back and told me, okay, put down my 30, 60, 90. I want my 30, 60, 90. And I told him, you know we don't do that for the benefit of the spectators. If the string breaks, then I can put the score. If you shoot 300, as you know, the only score will be 300 displayed on the overhead. No, you're gonna do the 30, 60, 90. I said, no, I will not. And it is your turn. Are you going to take your turn? You are holding up the rest of the bowlers on this pair. After you put my 30, 60, 90. And so I'm reaching for the button to page the front desk. And I said, now, I can push this button, page the front desk, have Harry Golden, the tournament director, here. And he can explain to you what you're not understanding that I explained to you, and he may fine you. Do you want to bowl, or do you want to stay in here chatting? And he was, after you put my 30, 60, 90, I punched the button. A few seconds later, you hear front desk. I said, might have a situation, it might be possibly resolved. Well, Harry Golden, the tournament director, was just 2 pairs of lanes down and was observing. And I said, I think it might be resolved, disregard. I said, now, Harry Golden's 2 pairs down. You want to take your ball and bowl? And so he finally picked up his ball, was facing the pins, and Harry Golden came down. This individual took their turn, threw the ball, turned around to come back to the ball return, and he just had a look of complete terror on his face, because here is Harry Golden speaking to me, the tournament director, and he doesn't know what's being said. And Harry Golden calls this bowler over and says, is there a problem? And he's, and he asked me, now is there a problem with this bowler? And don't be afraid to speak up, nothing's going to happen. I said, I think we had a little misunderstanding, but it's cleared up, isn't it, Mr. Name a bowler here? And he said, yeah. And I said, I guess we're all good, but I'll call you if anything else happens. And he's okay. So the next lanes that these bowlers were bowling on, 2 pairs over, well, just for illustration, say 13 and 14, next pair would be 17 and 18. And our pair finished up before 17 and 18 finished up. I approached that scorekeeper, who said, what was going on? I said, if you don't want to experience that, how about you trade places with me? And let the scorekeepers on down the rest of this qualifying know as well. Yeah, I'll be happy to trade. I don't want to deal with him. So we got finished with that game on our pair. And this party was, well, it was nice. Have a good one, I told him. No, I am your scorekeeper the rest of the block. There are 5 games left, and I will be scoring you your scores. You will not treat anyone else like the way you treated me. And he's, oh. And at one point I had to go use the bathroom. We had scorekeepers who just check up on us at the consoles, have to use the bathroom. You want something to drink. And one came by and I said, yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. Can you take over? Absolutely, John. And so I go to the bathroom, walk the concourse looking at the competitors bowling. And this individual is up on the lane getting ready to bowl. The relief scorekeeper and I swap places. It was priceless. Absolutely priceless. He turns around, sees me sitting there, and if you could read lips, he said, oh, smelly stuff. He's back. He said, yeah, I told you. I had to go use the bathroom. And I checked with the relief scorekeeper. There were no issues. That was good, you behaved. So that's how a PBA competitor at one of the Quaker State tournaments years ago threw a tantrum and how I dealt with it. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for coming by. See you next time through. Please subscribe if you would. Thanks again.